The woman wrapped it up with vines. The man was sucking its sap, but it looked like it was enjoying it, 'cause it's the only alien flower on the blue planet. It has the power to scare the Zerg. But it took out 2 killers right after arriving here. But it was terrified, 'cause there were way stronger hunters coming after it. The girl who was already dead became its host target right then. A scream cut through the silent night. A few people rushed over seconds later. Suchangle, what are you doing here? The guy leading them was 18, pretty good looking too. Wait, what's his name again? After accessing the original host's memories, it realized the young man in front of it was also friends with Suchangle. Roy, shouldn't you be at school right now? The reason Suchangle came here was someone told her that Roy got into trouble, got badly hurt, and was dying, otherwise she never would have come here. But now's not the time to think about that, 'cause that grizzled old tough guy is already here. Both of them were wearing disguises, but Suchangle saw right through them. The middle-aged man walking behind was Eugene, the guy who chased her for blocks. Why can't this guy just leave me alone? It made her panic a little for no reason, but she'd already successfully taken over the girl's body. There's no way they can recognize her now, right? Relax, kiddo. Roy was a little confused. Who are you? What do you want exactly? We know this area super well. If you need any help, just let us know. These two don't seem like they want to fight. Otherwise, she wouldn't be standing here talking right now. Just then, the middle-aged man walked past him and stopped right in front of Suchangle. You look really familiar, student. Have we met somewhere before? Wait, this old guy is hitting on Changle? That line is so freaking outdated. Wait, your goddess isn't that giant man-eating flower? Right? This delicate little girl looks nothing like that flower? Suchangle almost thought she'd been recognized. She only breathed a sigh of relief when they were gone. After the two of them got back to school, Roy finally came to his senses. You know that area we were in is super dangerous? Don't go there alone as a young girl. It's way too risky. Got it? If you don't listen next time, I'll break your legs, he said seriously with a stern look on his face. Focus on your studies. Suchangle was walking beside him absent-mindedly. She had no idea how to act around Roy. From the original host's memories, she had a crush on Roy. She thought Roy was a total stand-up hero. Her guardian angel, the person she admired and relied on the most. So when she heard Roy was hurt, she didn't care about anything else. She traded all her credits for medicine and rushed over to bring it to him immediately, which ended up costing her her young life. That's how the whole thing started. Now that she's taken over the original host's body, Suchangle plans to fulfill her wishes for her. But she never expected that the original host's life goal was to marry Roy and have kids for Big Brother Roy. She could never accept this silly little girl's wish. Taking care of Roy once in a while is fine, and letting him live comfortably later is okay too. But getting married? No thanks. She waved and said goodbye, then turned around and walked into the school gate. She wandered around the school for a bit, before going back to the original host's girls' dorm room. It's a single room with lots of space, but all the stuff inside is pretty beat up, and she has to clean it herself. Then she spit out a bunch of metal parts from her mouth, guns, ammo, and all kinds of other stuff. It almost filled the entire room. She cleaned up all the metal parts, then fixed all the broken parts from the scrap robot one by one. Then a bunch of roots grew out of her palm, which quickly put the huge pile of parts together into a brand new robot. After a beeping sound, the owl-shaped robot opened its eyes. It shook its head at Suchangle. Where am I? Blue planet, Suchangle said with a grin. You took over a host? The requirements for taking over a host are super strict, right? How did you pull that off? The robot's electronic eyes popped out and scanned Suchangle all over. Her body stats immediately popped up in the robot's database. Then it said physical fitness level 1, mental power level A. Suchangle is not a pure alien flower. She's a hybrid of human and plant. Her parents encountered the recombination queen back then, Chrysanthemum Queen, to save her husband and kids. She died together with the recombination queen. Shaoqi told her everything. He also found the original body's mother in the database. Luoxi and her husband have a son and a daughter. The girl is named Mei Dai. She's a famous genius at Red Maple Academy. So the robot Shaoqi said, Suchangle is the daughter of Luoxi and Mei Rushan. That's definitely true. But here's the problem. Luoxi's real daughter is at Langshan Orphanage. Then who's the one impersonating her? Who cares who she is? She took what should have been Suchangle's. Suchangle is going to take it back. Since the original girl's top wish was to marry Roy and have kids, she can't do that. Her second wish is to find her biological parents. Besides, she also wants to see what her dead dad's relatives are like. Don't rush it first. Based on my research on your kind, once you parasitize a host, only after you reach the third form, can you separate from the host's body. Robot Xiaoti poured cold water on her bluntly. Resources here are really scarce. With the host's current identity and abilities, it's almost impossible to get to the Central Star Circle. After Su Changle heard this news, her first reaction was to leave the host. But she found it way easier to get in than get out. When she struggled a little, the host's body started having problems. So what do we do now? Hurry up and think of something. Shoki gave a very human-like smile. You have half-human bloodline, so you need to interact with other people. Before you reach the third form, you can't give up on this body. The host was assassinated by someone. You devoured those two people. They're probably related to the original body's background. But you just finished parasitizing the host? Your power isn't strong enough yet. You'd better lay low for now. Before you fully mature, you can't leave this body at all. To live a more comfortable life, she has to find ways to improve the host's overall abilities. Also, I'm the main AI of an S-class battleship. As my master, do you really have the nerve to keep me stuck inside a trash cleaning robot? Study hard and earn more money. That's the top priority. After he said that, the owl robot Xiaoqi shut his eyes. Su Hangul was chased by prison guards like a dead dog. She hasn't slept a good night in over half a year. Early the next morning, Owl Xiaoqi kept nagging her to get up. There's a vocal class quiz this morning? Most of the host's credits were earned from vocal class. She originally had 291 credits, but she exchanged credits for credit points. To buy potions? Now she only has 100 credits left. There are 68 days left before the high school entrance exam. You have to earn 200 credits in these 68 days. Otherwise, you won't be eligible to take the exam. For some reason, Su Changle sensed a murderous aura. From this robot nanny, she had a dark face the whole way to the classroom, and ended up bumping into a female classmate at the classroom door. There were 4 people on the other side. The first one to speak wasn't Xu Lingling. It was the prettiest girl among the 4. She said, for today's vocal class quiz, if you don't do your best, I'll get my dad to stop your brother from being an apprentice at the mech repair shop. The big-eyed girl is Jululu. Her family runs a mech repair shop, the only one in the entire Qingcheng city. Roy wants to get his hands on real mechs. Working for Shululu's family is his only chance. If it was the original Su Changle, she would definitely have agreed. But right now, Su Changle didn't say a word, which confused the girls for a second. What do you mean? Say something, are you gonna agree or not? Xu Lingling was just pushed by Su Changle. And now seeing her stay silent, she got furious right away, and reached out to hit her on the head. Su Changle tilted her head and dodged, then sneered at her. She mouthed silently the word trash. She moved really fast, and didn't say it out loud, so no one except Xu Lingling knew she cursed. Xu Lingling was absolutely furious, and swung another slap at her. This time Su Changle didn't tilt her head. She just gathered plant energy in her face. To make her fair little face a little harder, a loud slap rang out. It was surprisingly loud, and shocked all the girls silly. Su Changle's face instantly turned red and swollen. Her face looked terrifyingly hideous. She covered her face with both hands. Big fat tears rolled down her cheeks. The 3 people froze on the spot. They turned to look at Xu Lingling, only to find Xu Lingling's face was pale as a sheet. What's going on here? She hit someone but ended up crying herself? People around asked what was wrong with her. She held her breath and didn't say a word. She was scared she'd lose control the second she spoke. She would start bawling her eyes out for good. Seeing Su Changle still wiping her tears there, she got even angrier. She reached out to grab her hair. Right at that moment, a bolt of electric arc zapped over. The patrol robot had been waiting for her to make a move. She already had tears welling up in her eyes. Then the patrol robot gave her another electric shock. Lingling couldn't hold it back any longer. She started crying out loud. She was crying her heart out, like her whole world was falling apart. Her friends were totally confused. Shululu and the other girls looked at each other in confusion. What's happening? Why is the attacker crying this hard instead? Are you okay? Xu Lingling cried, it hurts so bad. I'm so wronged, it's so unfair. She was heartbroken and ran off right away. After afternoon classes ended, she went back to the dorm. Su Changle told the robot Xiaoqi about the tough situation she was stuck in right now. Xiaoqi only opened one eye and thought for a bit. He hacked into a mission center, took a quick look inside. He casually registered an account for Su Changle and accepted a mission for her. A client wanted to raise a man-eating flower from Blue Star. They happened to grow in the outskirts of Chingcheng. I took the flower collecting mission for you. It pays 10,000 credit points. Su Changle agreed immediately without hesitation. She couldn't say no anyway. She was starving. Ever since large numbers of humans migrated from Blue Star, plants and animals on Blue Star have evolved rapidly. They have taken back a lot of territory. The outskirts are now very dangerous for ordinary people. Unless it's absolutely necessary, no one ever leaves the city. Su Changle often goes back to the slums. She is very familiar with that area. She saw the time was almost up, so she headed straight for the slums. She asked Papa Owl to hack into the basic function system of the Qingdao ship. Su Changle slapped the control panel and suddenly screamed out, "I know how to get credits now." She has no advantage in vocal music and mind painting, but she can repair mechs instead. Repairing mechs is so easy. Earning credits that way is a piece of cake. The old Su Changle didn't know how to do that, but the current her definitely does. Half an hour later, the beat-up Qingdao ship successfully left the city. Su Changle started looking for the man-eating flower in the outskirts. She only had half an hour to finish this. If she missed the time limit, she wouldn't be able to get back tonight. But this amount of time was more than enough for her. She is a flower herself, after all. How could she not find a single man-eating flower? Not long after she went out, Su Changle could sense the presence of the man-eating flower. This type of man-eating flower looks very glamorous and bewitching. It doesn't actually eat people. It just blooms more vibrantly when it feeds on rotting corpses. For some unknown reason, it got named the man-eating flower. But any prey that gets close to it will smell a scent that causes hallucinations. The prey will feel drowsy next to it. Then the flower will plant its roots inside the prey's body and turn the prey into nutrients. This flower's scent to Su Changle has zero attacking power at all. She finished the mission really quickly and sent it via Federal Express. It was cash on delivery, but just as Su Changle was about to head back, she felt a chill run down her spine. An iron sword that was originally aimed at her hit her arm when she dodged. The pain made her sweat profusely. She almost passed out. Then someone yelled loudly, "Don't come over! If you take one more step closer, I'll kill her!" The attacker was a middle-aged man with a bushy beard. He was also injured. He looked panicked and restless. As he spoke, he pulled hard again and dragged Su Changle in front of him. The robot daddy was crouching in the bushes right now. The waist-high wild grass completely covered him. Right at that moment, a voice came from a big tree not far away. "Baisha, you're the leader of the Xindao gang, taking a student as a hostage. Don't you have any shame?" The middle-aged man named Baisha snorted coldly. "If you don't want her dead, do as I say. Hand over that batch of goods. And give my ship back to me. You've lost all your men, you're nothing but a lone commander now. Still thinking about your pirate ship? Planning to sell this batch of goods you have. Recruit more crew members. Make a big comeback." A man jumped down from the tree. When he landed on the ground, he gave Baisha a huge scare. His hand shook and the sharp iron sword cut a small gash on Su Changle's neck. She was so mad she almost cursed out loud. "If you push her any further, I'll kill her right now," she whispered for help. That made the man pause in his steps. Baisha was overjoyed. He threatened her to keep begging for help. The man paused for a second. Then he said, "Stop crying. Once you're dead later, I'll avenge you right away. Baisha, we're the same kind of people. You think taking a random hostage can threaten me and make me spit out the goods I already took?" He walked closer and closer. Soon he was not far in front of Baisha. Moonlight broke through the clouds. At that moment, Su Changle saw his face clearly. It was the same guy she met in the slum last time. Holy shit, it's really him. That smoked old bacon guy. "Yujing, why is he here?" Yujing smiled. "I can't even afford cigarettes now." "You think I'll spit out the goods and give them to you? Dream on." After saying that, he flicked his finger. The small stick in his hand shot straight into Baisha's forehead. A bloody hole appeared between his eyebrows. His body fell heavily to the ground. His face was full of disbelief right before he died. Su Changle pretended to be so scared her legs gave out. She also sat down on the ground. She was panting heavily, looking super nervous. Who wouldn't be nervous? The guy in front of her is an S-class mech warrior who chased her across several star systems. They're total old enemies, Yujin said with a smile. "Hey beautiful, we meet again." To prove mechs can have babies too. This woman actually transmigrated to an interstellar world. and awakened a power that can devour zergs. All because she's the only alien flower from Blue Planet, a hybrid of plant and ore. But right now she's just sitting there like an idiot. Yujin wasn't angry at all. He squatted down. "I'll take that thing out of your arm. It's gonna hurt a little. Just bear with it." Su Changle, who'd been playing dumb, twitched her eyelid. "This red wire is top-tier federal metal material. It's as tough as your tiny dick. You're gonna cut it with a small fucking knife? If you want to kill me, just say it straight." Yujin glanced at her with a half smile. "Want me to give you an anesthetic shot?" Just when he was about to cut, his team member Hu Liang came over. "Whoa, Captain. What are you doing now? You can't take the shuttle sword out like that. Don't scare the poor girl. Look, her face is already white with fear. Let me do it, let me..." Hu Liang picked up the pair of scissors. He cut the red wire easily and applied medicine to Su Changle's wound. "You're a student from Qingxi College, right? We'll take you back." After Hu Liang finished, the prison guard pushed him aside again. He looked down at her from above. "I'm asking you one more time. Why are you here?" Su Changle was furious inside, but she still put on a delicate, pitiful look on her face. Tears were welling up in her eyes. She said weakly, "I was picking up trash. I didn't notice and got loaded onto the pirate ship too." "Wow, you're really lucky. You didn't get incinerated?" Holiao said with a sigh. "What do you pick up trash for?" Compared to Hu Liang, Yujin was totally unsympathetic. Su Changle hung her head. "To sell for money to buy food." As soon as she finished speaking, Su Changle's stomach growled loudly. Hu Liang was slightly stunned. He felt a little flustered. He unconsciously looked away. But then he heard the captain warn the flower was worth 10,000 credit points. Hu Liang laughed awkwardly, but before he could say anything, his eyes rolled back, and he fell straight down. Su Changle thought to herself, oh no. She was just about to use the scent of the man-eating flower to deal with the newly arrived Bai Sha. But before she could use it, Bai Sha was already taken out. With how cunning he is, he's definitely going to be suspicious. Why didn't the flower scent knock him out? The fragrance mirror took a deep sniff above his head and cut off a small lock of his hair, said it was for a souvenir. Take your man-eating flower and leave. Su Changle walked forward absent-mindedly. But only a few steps later, she heard the prison guard say again, bring your robot with you. Even if we didn't step in just now, you wouldn't have died anyway. Hey, pretty girl, I'm rooting for you. If school gets too tough for you, come work as my personal secretary. Su Changle gritted her teeth. She really wanted to gobble him up. She could barely hold herself back. Don't push me, I swear I'll eat you up, you hear? Right at that moment, Daddy Owl, who was hiding in the bushes, popped out with clicking noises and rolled right to Su Changle's feet. A light bulb icon showed up on the fluorescent screen on its head. It also made a mechanical electronic sound. Warning, low battery. Su Changle's boiling anger calmed down instantly. She knew Daddy Owl was reminding her. Su Changle looked totally dejected and followed Daddy Owl back to Garbage Island. After the boat entered the city, she sent the man-eating flower via courier. On her way back, she asked Daddy Owl, do you think the alien recognized me? If he did recognize me, why didn't he arrest me? Probably not. After all, the parasitic ability of alien flowers has never been detected by humans. If she wasn't a hybrid of human and flower king, she wouldn't have survived so easily. So who would have guessed that such a huge flower would hide inside such a delicate little girl? One flower and one AI had a completely meaningless conversation. After it lasted for half an hour, Su Changle finally fell asleep while drooling, and that AI, known as the Federation's most advanced, finally shut down as well. Its processor was overheating. The last thought it had before shutting down was, actually being by her side, even as an owl-branded garbage cleaning robot, is pretty nice. This human-like emotion is called companionship. Early the next morning, Xiaoqi, who sensed the transaction was successful, woke Su Changle up immediately. She used the credits she got to buy some energy for Xiaoqi, then trotted all the way to the cafeteria. She'd waited for this full meal for way too long. There's a mech maintenance class today. The classroom is in the north area of the academy. But Qingxi Academy doesn't have any operable mechs at all. There's only one super outdated mech in the exhibition room. Su Changle took a quick glance when she passed by. She had to admit, this mech was way too old. Even though it had a fresh coat of paint on the outside, from the mech's shape and component structure, Su Changle could tell. This was probably a first-gen mech from 500 years ago. No one knows how it's been preserved till now. For their maintenance class, the main task is to pick out usable parts. Then clean and repair them as best as possible. Every student gets 10 minutes of pre-class prep time. You can go in to pick parts once time's up. But every student has to pick parts within their ability. So many students have picked parts here before. Most good ones are already gone. It's really hard to find decent parts now. Finding 1 or 2 to clean is already pretty good. So most students just slack off in this class. It's really hard to earn credits here. Su Changle already had her eye on a bunch of mech parts. She zoomed into the storage room right away and started working as a porter. Her classmates were all stunned. Then the mech class representative walked over and stopped Su Changle outside the door. "Are you crazy?" He looked at Su Changle and said snappily. Su Changle saw him blocking the door and didn't try to rush in further. Her pretty face looked very unthreatening. She glanced at him lightly and looked a little wronged. He subconsciously pushed up his glasses and asked awkwardly, "What's wrong with you?" "The teacher is late today, and the classroom security camera is off too. Before the teacher gets here, I'll help you carry all these broken parts back." "Lu Zhaojun, what do you mean?" Xu Lingling had suffered a loss from Su Changle just yesterday. She noticed Su Changle's actions as soon as she entered the classroom, and immediately got an idea. She pointed her wristwatch at Su Changle right now. "I filmed all the parts she took out just now. If you try to put them back, I'll tell the teacher." Seeing the two were about to start a fight, Su Changle gently tugged Lu Zhaojun's arm, signaling him not to get impulsive. She lowered her head and said softly, "Thank you." Her voice was very soft and sweet. Lu Zhaojun already had a crush on Su Changle, and his face turned red right away. "You're welcome. I didn't really do anything." Since Xu Lingling had already filmed it, he couldn't bend the rules for her anymore. "When I need your help later, will you help me?" Gu Zhaojun agreed without any hesitation. Su Changle went back to her workstation with a smile. He deliberately adjusted his position as he walked, until he was out of the filming range of Xu Lingling's smartwatch. Then his expression changed immediately. A surge of overwhelming mental pressure made Xu Lingling's legs shake violently, and she plopped down on the ground. She almost scared the living daylights out of herself. She even thought Su Changle wanted to eat her alive. "What's wrong?" The classmates gathered around and looked at her in surprise. "It's Su Changle. Su Changle was mean to me. He just glared at me viciously, like he was gonna eat me whole." "Lingling, did you watch horror movies last night?" Even Shululu had doubts that she hadn't snapped out of the horror movie vibe yet, and was still a little mentally unhinged. "I didn't." Xu Lingling pulled up the recording on her smartwatch. "I turned on the recording just now." His face must have been captured on tape. Of course, there was nothing there at all. Xu Lingling couldn't argue her way out of it. She was so anxious she was almost hysterical. "Xu Lingling! Stop disrupting the class order right now." She'd turned the whole class into a total mess. Lu Zhaojun couldn't hold back anymore, and exercised his authority as class rep. "If you talk again, go stand outside the classroom." Xu Lingling tried to explain again, but a few of her friends covered her mouth tightly. Why didn't anyone believe what she said? Su Changle was really so fierce just now. So fierce that she was actually a little scared. But no one noticed at this moment that Su Changle at the workbench had already piled up a small mountain of repaired parts. Lu Zhaojun looked over at Su Changle, and with that one look, he was completely stunned. Soon everyone else looked over too. The whole class was also frozen in shock. So many brand new parts. Were they still picked out from the storage room? Lu Zhaojun's throat went tight. He didn't even know what to say. He turned his head and just saw, "Lu Zhaojun, help me carry some more from inside. Then ask if anyone wants to buy parts. Don't tell the teacher, okay?" Su Changle whispered to Lu Zhaojun to explain. "Please, I'm begging you. I'm really broke these days. You know, he eats a whole pig's worth of food for breakfast." Right now, Su Changle has fully realized just how poor he actually is. These parts in front of him made his eyes light up. "They're all cash!" Lu Zhaojun nodded with great difficulty. As the class rep, helping the whole class cheat seemed totally unreliable no matter how you looked at it. This was a super big deal. He had no idea if someone would snitch. Then Su Changle yelled loudly, "Come on, everyone!" Mech class is the one that pulls your scores the most. None of you have many credits. The highest grade anyone's got is a good. No one in the whole grade has gotten an excellent. If you guys get higher credits in this class, your grade ranking will jump up a whole lot. The whole class was shocked. Then the whole classroom erupted in excitement, and everyone rushed to buy the parts. After all, you can't make the cheating too obvious, right? There are 20 students in the class total, excluding Su Changle himself plus Xu Lingling and the others standing outside. The students who bought the parts looked super happy. But then someone thought of Shu Lingling still standing outside. Changle, sell one to her too? Shu Lulu suggested. They should tie Shu Lingling to the same boat. As long as she buys one too, even if she wants to snitch to the teacher about the cheating. She'll get punished too. But I only have these 2 parts left now. I need to hand in some for my own assignment too. There's no time to make more right now anyway. Everyone looked at the table. There were indeed only 2 parts left. Shu Lingling had already walked into the classroom by now, and just happened to hear what the students were talking about. She really wanted to report Su Changle, but she also wanted the mech class credits. Most importantly, the whole class bought parts. And she was the only one who didn't. If anything went wrong, no one would even need to guess. Everyone would know she was the one who snitched. Under the meaningful looks from Shululu and the others, she still walked up to Su Changle. I want to buy a part too. She suddenly felt the looks from the surrounding students were off. She looked up and saw Su Changle looking like he wanted to say something but couldn't. And looked super wronged. I'm not even refusing to pay the credit points. Why are you playing the victim? But looking at that wronged face of his, Shu Lingling was grinding her teeth in anger. But everyone else fell for that act of his. Whatever, she should just buy the part first anyway. Su Changle blinked. I only have these last 2 left. If you take one, how am I supposed to hand in my assignment? Hearing that, Shu Lingling got anxious. Her mech class grades were already low to begin with. She only barely passed in the class. Now all the other students are getting extra points. If he's the only one who doesn't get extra points, he'll end up at the bottom. 10 credit points. I'll take this part. Watching Su Changle collect the credit points, Shu Lingling let out a long sigh of relief. Su Changle turned around and explained to Lu Zhaojun, here's a set of materials. It's the basic introduction to the parts. Take it and pass it around to the class. Let them have a look. In case the teacher asks questions later, they can answer at least a few questions, so they won't get caught lying. It was almost the end of class, when Teacher Kong from the mech maintenance class finally showed up. He reeked of strong machine oil. Today we're having a quiz, he said as he put the test papers on the desk. Paper test papers like this are already super rare on Blue Star. Only Kong Chao Sheng still insists on using them. After he finished getting organized, he saw the machine parts on the students' desks and immediately perked up. He walked straight over to Lu Zhaojun quickly, picked up the part on the desk, and felt it carefully with his hands. He stared at it for a full 5 minutes before looking up at Lu Zhaojun. What is this? It's the connecting shaft of Blue Star's first-generation transcendent mech. Production stopped 730 years ago. Lu Zhaojun, who was hiding cheat notes, looked a little nervous. It's really not easy to dig this out from that pile of scrap metal. Ku Kaoseng nodded and went to check other students' work. Then he realized every student had a repaired part on their desk. That's obviously off. There's no way everyone could turn in a working assignment. Kong Kaoseng tried to check the security footage, but found the classroom cameras were off. Lu Zhaojun, why didn't you turn on the cameras? When we got here this morning, teacher, classmate Changle said she found an old ancient book with tons of detailed info on original mechs. We got so absorbed in reading it and followed the instructions in the book to look for parts that we forgot to turn on the cameras. Kong Kaosheng knew all the students in Su Changle's class pretty well. What book did you find? It's a book co-written by Robin and 10 other technicians 931 years ago. Mech Revolution. It has complete research data on first-generation mechs, with details down to every single mech component. This set is a printed copy. Only 100 sets were ever printed. Su Changle answered carefully. Where did you find this? Hurry up and show me. After Su Changle sent the materials to Teacher Kong, he stared at the materials, and his pupils constricted slightly, like he'd just found some rare treasure. Where did you get this? Tell me right now. Su Changle blinked. By the garbage dump. Take me there to see if there are other important materials. Kong Kaocheng was very anxious. The little girl shook her head nervously. I only found this one damaged chip, and this was the only material I could recover from it. Kong Kaocheng knew there was no way he'd find more materials. He checked the time on his wristwatch. There are 15 minutes left in class. Lu Zhaojun, go record everyone's credits. The whole class was overjoyed. It looked like they were in the clear. They got the mech maintenance class points. There's 15 minutes left. Can you finish repairing this part? Kong Kaosheng's attention was on the workbench in front of Su Changle. A third of the part in front of her was still unrepaired. It was really badly damaged. Everyone was a little worried if she could finish on time. If she doesn't finish, points will be deducted from her total. Then her gaze landed on the mech part. Her expression focused. Her hands moved quickly on the part, so fast it was hard to keep up. Though her movements were fast, they were completely orderly. Kong Kaosheng was absolutely shocked. He never would have guessed that there was such a talented mech maintenance technician in this class. Every step she took was perfectly executed, and she moved so fast, like she didn't even need to think. It's true that a mech maintenance technician doesn't necessarily become a mech warrior, but a top-tier mech warrior must also be an excellent mech maintenance technician. Only when you understand mechs can you control them better. Kong Kaosheng had a very complicated look in his eyes as he quietly watched Su Chang'e. He didn't even notice the time passing. Right then, a student spoke up to remind Teacher Kong, there's only 2 minutes left of class. Can she make it? In the classroom, all eyes were on Su Chang'e. Her hands moved faster and faster, and her face got paler and paler. His head is covered in sweat. But even so, he didn't slow down his movements at all. 1 minute left. Almost the whole class gathered around. Their hearts were in their throats from nervousness, but they didn't dare make too much noise, so they wouldn't distract him. He finally finished it in the last minute. Loud applause erupted across the classroom right away. Teacher Kong looked at Su Chang'e with relief. To be honest, he had no idea what this hunk of metal was. He'd need to check it carefully to know for sure. He just reached for it when he was stopped. The guy set the iron hunk down on the operating table. Then there was a loud bang. Something even more shocking happened. The round iron hunk spread out like liquid all around. Then the liquid rearranged itself. Su Chang'e's eyes went wide open, like she was totally startled. It turned out to be a complete mech model. Teacher Kong took a deep breath. He picked up the glowing mech model. This model is only about a foot tall, but it's exactly the same as the real mech back then. It has the same number of parts and energy boxes. It even has limited attack capabilities. I didn't expect the streamer mech model to be here. A classmate asked curiously, Streamer? Teacher Kong glared at him seriously. Mechs. How did you pass history class? You don't even remember Streamer. Streamer first appeared 150 years ago. Back then, there was a very powerful mech company in the Central Star Circle. Star Glory had partnerships with the military. They successfully developed liquid metal and designed a liquid metal mech. So he was dead set on building a super mech that could beat every other mech out there. Later, his wife even gave everything she had to support him. Finally, the super mech was completed. They named it Streamer. But Streamer fell apart during its air test. Li Feng and his wife were devastated by the huge blow. They both committed suicide. No one expected it to be found here. Kong Kaosheng couldn't help sighing. When he was holding the mech model in a daze, he heard Su Chang'e ask in a soft voice, Does this mech model count towards my credits? He turned to look at her, and saw the little girl looking at him eagerly. Of course it does, since you found it. Those credits are yours? Also, according to school rules, any mech model you assemble in the storage room belongs to the student. So this mech is yours too. Su Chang'e immediately looked super flattered, but she was actually over the moon inside. Then Kong Kaosheng hesitated for a second. Add another 50 points. The whole class burst into an uproar at that. If Su Chang'e gets 50 more points, won't her mech maintenance class credits make her the top of the whole grade? The original top student was Zhao Jun from their class. Now he's been pushed down to second place. I heard that all the top students in each subject this time get the chance to exchange with students from the 5 major academies. Zhao Jun doesn't care, so the other students obviously won't say anything more. They're all in the same boat anyway. After all, there are 3 closest bonds in life. Going to class together. Cheating on exams together. After returning to the dorm, Su Chang'e saw Xiaoqi the nanny bot standing by the wall, charging in the most primitive way possible. She held up the model. Look, Xiaoqi, this is a liquid metal mech. The dynamic device and energy box are both intact. Do you want to move into this body? The robot Xiaoqi took one look at it and rejected it straight away. This kind of liquid metal has poor stability. It'll also easily corrode my chip. Using this body does me no good. But the energy inside is really great for me, though. Su Chang'e curled her lips. If I auction off this model, I can definitely sell it for a lot of money. Xiaoqi stared at her without saying a word. But Su Chang'e felt her skin crawl. She then threw the mech model to Xiaoqi and sat down at the desk to read. But it didn't take long. Before she smelled something burning, she turned to look and saw Xiaoqi by the wall smoking all over. Don't move, I'm fine. This energy box is really good stuff. It gave me enough energy to activate some of my functions. My database also automatically recovered 30%. I've detected your current physical condition. I'll open the training room for you. You have 10 minutes to get ready. Suchangle was confused. What do you mean, open the training room? You can't just make a training room out of nowhere, right? Shaoqi smoked for a while again. You have 5 minutes left to prepare. 3-minute countdown starting now. As soon as he finished speaking, she felt the world spinning around her. Hey, Nanny, what's up? The trainer has already entered the training room. A physical checkup is in progress right now. We'll make a training plan based on your trash level. Gravity system activated. 1 minute later, the training starts. Suchangle felt her body suddenly get heavy. It was so hard for her to even move. Then she heard Nanny's voice, 50 squats. Start now. To 50 squats under 2x gravity? Is that even possible for a little girl? The robot nanny didn't show up. Instead, the guy she hates most popped up next to her. You can't even handle this already? What a useless trash. If you don't stand up in 10 seconds, don't blame me for being mean to you. When you're at someone's mercy, you just have to suck it up. This machine also has a paralysis function. She glared fiercely at Yujin's projection on the wall. She gritted her teeth and stood up. At first, she could still count on her own. But later, her mind went completely blank. She could only push her energy as hard as possible to repair her body. She had no idea how much time passed. She finally heard Yujin yell, stop. At that exact moment, she couldn't hold on any longer and passed out right away. When she woke up again, she found herself still lying in the enclosed space. She immediately yelled for Shaoqi. What time is it now? I have class tomorrow, you know? You just stayed under the 3x gravity system for half an hour straight. It was still Yujin's annoying face on the white wall. Can you change to a different look? Or that hot chick with long legs and a nice body? Luabela, Yujin was holding a cigarette. As long as you finish the training, I'll change the face for you, I promise. Let's start the training. Suchangle had figured it out, so she didn't bring up those requests anymore. She knew only after finishing the training would she have a chance to get out of here. You figured it out that fast? Yujin put on a serious expression again. The next training sessions were straight up brutal, almost every single time. It drained all of Suchangle's physical strength and mental energy. Just when she was gradually getting used to this kind of training, Yujin's projection suddenly got distorted. Turns out the power was used up. When Suchangle opened her eyes again, she found herself standing right in the middle of her dorm room. She checked the time. Only one night had passed. Can you believe it? It's 6 a.m. right now. There's still 1 hour before class starts. If I don't leave now, I'll be late. Oh right, Shaoqi. Why did you use Yujin's face? I've been staring at his face for so long. I'm telling you, it makes me lose my appetite completely. According to my analysis, I think using his face as the instructor will double the effect. And turns out, my analysis was correct. Running this once uses up so much power. Whatever, I'll go get something to eat first. There were a lot of people at the school's training room. Among them was Qin Yu, the top mech trainee of the high school division. However, even this top trainee has never piloted a mech officially, but his grades are super good. Originally, he was supposed to be the representative to greet people from the 5 major academies, but out of nowhere he got a notice early in the morning that he was replaced. Then he went to the training room to find out who stole his spot. As a result, he saw someone had trained for 25 minutes under 3x gravity. And the person who walked out was a girl. Suchangle walked out with a sullen face and saw Qin Yu standing there stunned. Did you really stay in there for 25 minutes? Suchangle was in a bad mood, so she just cursed straight out. Then she went straight back to class. After class, Teacher Kong pulled her aside to talk. Tomorrow you'll be the representative of Qingxi Academy's mech maintenance department. I hope you can give it your all and beat the opponents. Suchangle hesitated for a second. Teacher Kong, is there a reward if I win? I'm kinda short on money right now. When she said she was short on credits too, Kong Chaosheng didn't blame her. Instead, he encouraged her loudly. That's the spirit. As long as you win even one match this time, the school will reward you with 1,000 credit points. And I'll give you 10 extra credits too. What do you think? Suchangle was over the moon immediately. I'll definitely go all out. After talking to the teacher, she ran straight to the cafeteria. Qin Yu had said before he would treat her to a meal because he had something to ask her. Qin Yu took her into a private room. They ate and drank a lot before getting to the point. I'm Suchangle. Why, are you that shocked? That I stayed in the gravity training room for 25 minutes? Qin Yu nodded. You must be in really good shape, right? How come you can stay in the 3x gravity chamber for so long? Are you from Aries College? Su Changel glanced at him sideways. I'm a student from Qingxi College. Chinyu froze obviously for a second. A middle school girl from our college? Su Changel connected all clues together right away. Oh, it's you, Sinyu gasped in surprise. What do you mean it's me? Su Changel was really curious. I heard you got selected into the mecha maintenance department. Congratulations on that, by the way. Su Changel tilted her head and glanced at Chinyu, and immediately figured out what he was thinking. Want to improve your strength really fast? Be my apprentice. I'll train you, so you can break your own limits just like me. But there are conditions for being my apprentice. I'll train you for half an hour every day, and you cover my 3 meals a day. Deal, Chinyu said immediately. His family was super rich. He could totally afford 3 meals a day. Given Su Changel's strength and potential, making friends with her was totally a great choice. All right, it's a deal then. With her food problem sorted out, she could focus on her studies fully and improve her own abilities. After she got back to the dorm, she found that Xiaoqi had gotten some exam materials from somewhere. She had to go through all these materials to keep her academic grades up. That night, Teacher Kong came to encourage her again and told her not to be nervous, but she didn't care about it at all. Early the next morning, the campus broadcast went off, asking everyone to gather at the college's Autumn Square. The school leaders on the stage were giving a pre-competition speech. After the whole pep talk, the students perked up a little. Then people looked up at the sky. A silver shuttle was landing down. The cabin door opened. The first person to walk out was a young girl. On the central planet, she was known as the Voice of Angel. Jelling was immediately greeted with warm cheers from everyone. She sang a song as well, as a response to everyone's welcome. Zhululu, who was under the stage, squeezed Su Changel's hand nervously. Relax, we can't win anyway. Just do your best. Let me tell you, those in white tops and dark blue pants are from Maple Leaf College. Those in yellow-white t-shirts and black shorts are from Aries College. Those in green clothes are from Shuren College. Those without school uniforms are from Mingyu Art College. And the last group in streamlined jumpsuits are from the Mecha Department of the 1st Military Academy. Right at that moment, Jiling finished her song. She bowed slightly to the audience, then said a few words of encouragement. The atmosphere of the whole venue was lit up. All the people from the student union are students, with only one leading teacher. Jiling and her group had walked up to the student representatives of Qingxi College. Shululu, your opening song just now was very good, Jiling said with a smile. Oh no, you're the real Voice of Angel, Jiling. Oh, really? Jiling raised her eyebrows, glanced at Shululu, then looked at Su Changel standing next to her. But even with my so-called angelic voice, no one seemed to be immersed in my singing just now. I guess I still don't sing well enough. Su Changel's heart sank immediately. What a great actress from the art school. She clearly had bad intentions, but pretended to be modest, and acted like she was wronged. That immediately triggered the protective urge of her crazy fans around. Facing so many accusing stares, Shululu started to panic. She was still holding Su Changel's hand, and was just about to explain, when Su Changel next to her spoke up. We can't hold it any longer. She kept her legs tightly closed when she spoke, and straightened them out, making it look like she was squeezing her legs to hold it in. Shululu's face turned bright red immediately. Yes. You guys go ahead. Jiling kept smiling. After she said that, she took the initiative to chat with the student representatives of Qingxi College, while Su Changel and Shululu left hand in hand, and went to the bathroom together. Thank you for today. Shululu thanked Su Changel awkwardly. The two wandered around outside for a while. When Shululu saw Su Changel was going back to the dorm, she asked a little anxiously, Aren't we going back? Even though she didn't want to go back either, she was afraid they would get scolded if they didn't. My task is already done, but you're still the representative of the mecha maintenance department. How can you go back to the dorm now? Saw Su Changel walking toward the dormitory. Shululu got anxious right away, pulled her to turn back. I know you're embarrassed too. Just now in front of so many people. You made up so many excuses, but we have to go back now. Su Changel curled her lips. She didn't resist at all. Let Shululu drag her back to the square, to where her class was gathered. Just then Su Changel noticed all the students looked pretty upset. What's wrong? Shululu asked curiously. The cultural exchange got really ugly. The questioned student pouted. The school leaders on stage are still talking to the lead teacher. Is this the student representative of Qingxi College? That cold rhetorical question made all teachers and students of Qingxi College lose face quite badly. Only then did Su Changle notice the former mecha department representative was being supported by a teacher. There was still blood at the corner of his mouth. He obviously had internal injuries. Actually, Blue Star has always been looked down on by people from Central Star Circle. In their eyes, Blue Star stands for backwardness and poverty. You've seen your hometown now, John Mo? Are you disappointed? Looks like you can't get the thrill you wanted on Blue Star. Nihon, cut the crap! Jiling frowned slightly, obviously a little unhappy. John Mo opened his eyes. A flicker of disappointment crossed his eyes. All right, let's head back. Teacher Kong suddenly spoke up at this moment. Wait, since this is a cultural exchange, we should finish all the scheduled competitions. John Mo was stunned for a second, turned to glance at Kong Chaosheng. The mechanic then saluted Kong Chaosheng. What do you want to compete in, sir? Mecha maintenance. You want to compete with me? John Mo's tone was icy. We each pick one person to compete, Kong Chaosheng said firmly. Then he waved at Su Changli. Don't be nervous. Just do your best, that's enough. The students of Wuda College saw the young girl the mechanic called over, were obviously stunned for a moment. John Mo was also stunned. He has double S-level cultivation aptitude. Even though he's young, many teachers in his school are weaker than him. If you insist on letting this female student compete with me, it'd be boring if I keep refusing. He turned to look at Su Changle. Where's your wristwatch? I'll link my account to your info wristwatch. Su Changle felt awkward. She didn't have an info wristwatch yet, only a student information card. She said as she handed over the card. Are these two here to crack a joke? Nihon, who was not far away, laughed. You don't have a wristwatch? Can't you buy one? Su Changle replied seriously. The federal government gives out info wristwatches. Why would I buy one? The crowd looked at each other. They didn't know what to say at all. We have wristwatches in this poor school aid package, right? Bring one over here, Nihon suggested again. Su Changle didn't refuse. Finished the registration very quickly. John Mo sent his information over and opened temporary access permission. Su Changle followed the prompts to operate and entered the virtual space. John Mo invites you to a mecha maintenance written test. Do you accept? Su Changle nodded to confirm, then entered the written test hall directly. Competition questions are randomly selected. 1 minute later, the competition officially started. Is spectator access allowed? John Mo chose to allow it. During this time, many students logged onto Skynet and clicked into their competition hall. Questions are random. Mecha models are also random. When they saw the mecha model in the room clearly, the audience got pretty excited. Class A Mecha Falcon is an aerial reconnaissance model. It's the hardest among all Class A mechas. To operate, it has very high requirements for mecha pilots. The wings of these two mechas are broken. The damage settings are exactly the same. Let's see who can find all the faults the fastest and make Falcon fly high again. System prompt. When the competition started, John Mo had already started moving. He picked up the repair kit, rushed quickly to Falcon's side, and started checking carefully. But Su Changle stayed where she was, not moving at all. Everyone became more and more suspicious of her. More and more people on Skynet noticed the competition. Qingxi College. Where did so many schools come from? I heard they're exchanging with local academies on Blue Planet today. Qingxi Academy is the school the God of War used to attend. Their strength must be pretty decent, right? So that's why John Mo accepted her challenge. It's been long past its prime. What good school can you find on Primitive Planet anyway? John Mo doesn't care about anything around him. He originally planned to wrap this up quickly. Who knew he got matched with Falcon? It's estimated that to fully repair it, it'll take at least an hour. Meanwhile, Su Changle stood still without moving. She wandered in space in her early years, and often found mech wreckages. She's seen almost all the Federation's military mechs. Not only has she seen them, she's also taken them apart and fixed them before. And she's very familiar with the Falcon mech, and when she spread her psychic power over the Falcon, she immediately figured out where the mech's malfunctions were. There are 4 in total. This task is a bit tricky. You have to keep the mech intact, while fixing the critical internal malfunctions. Let's just fix it the old way. Anyways, the parts prepared in the hall are totally enough. Then she picked a small screwdriver from the toolbox. The audience was completely stunned. As for the ridicule from the crowd, she paid no attention to it. She walked up to the mech and slammed it with her palm. Then she stuck the tiny screwdriver into the crack, twisted it a few times, and everyone heard a few clicking sounds. Apollo, who was sitting in the audience, stood up abruptly and yelled in shock, "Barehanded mech disassembly!" Right as he said those words, everyone saw the mechanical leg wobble twice, then fall straight down. If she gets close to you with that skill, you'll be completely at her mercy. The speaker was a short-haired girl from Ares Academy. She smiled and pinched the cheek of the short kid next to her. "Jangwoo, can you beat her?" "Second sister, we won't know until we fight. Besides, real-world strength is different from Skynet strength. Fighting in the real world is what counts. Is barehanded mech disassembly that impressive?" Someone asked Apollo, who was the first to say that. He didn't explain further, just slowly sat down, staring at the energy system on the field. She took apart the cockpit, took it apart, and soon tore the Falcon mech to pieces. This gave everyone an illusion that if you gave her a screwdriver, she could beat any mech. Who on earth is this little girl?